First thing we do is remove the Phillips screws with a small Phillips screwdriver. Actually, the first thing I do is pull off the warranty sticker because my computer is way out of warranty, but if yours is covered, I would caution against that. So we remove the two Phillips screws from the hinge caps and the back. And then we pry up the hinge caps with a flathead screwdriver. Just pry up the caps gently on both sides. And then what we're going to do is remove the speaker cover, which is also called the keyboard cover. So you pry up gently on both sides with the flathead. And once you get a side loose, just get under it and start prying down closer to the middle, and just work your way across with the screwdriver and pull it out. And then you'll see where the power buttons, the lights, the wiring for that is just bundled up in a little pin. You can use a special tool to pull the wires apart if you need to, or you can probably just pull them apart by hand. So pull the little white clips apart, and once that's done, the keyboard cover is off and you can set it aside. And there's 4 Phillips screws that hold the keyboard in place. So go ahead and remove those with the same Phillips screwdriver that you used on the back. Okay, and then once the screws are removed, we're going to show a top-down view of what it looks like when that keyboard cover is off. And then when we go in close, you can see where the screws go and where we remove them from. So there's the 3rd and 4th screw covers. So once you have that all out, you're ready to pull out the keyboard. So go ahead and pull it up by one end and just kind of gently pry it up. It's not attached to anything. It might be sticking to a pad underneath, which it was in this case. So just kind of pull it up until it snaps out, and then you can see the ribbon cable that makes it work. So here's what the keyboard looks like underneath. Just pull that little ribbon cable gently out. It should come out fairly easily, and once that is out, you're ready to set the keyboard aside and go ahead and get the new one. So that's the original Pavilion ZE5300 keyboard. And once you've gone this far and opened it up, it's a good idea to get a can of compressed air, blow some of the dust and dirt out of the little crevices that are living and hiding under there. Get it all cleaned out as long as you have it open. And grab the new keyboard. Obviously, if yours has packaging, you're going to have to remove it. Now the main thing is to plug the ribbon cable back into the motherboard. Now the best way to do this, you can see it could go in that way, but the best way to do it is to flip the keyboard forward over like a somersault, and that'll let you pull the ribbon cable down the back of the keyboard and plug it into the motherboard a little easier. That way it's resting on the laptop. You don't have to hold it up while you're trying to plug it in. Once the ribbon cable's in, you just go ahead and slide the metal tabs of the keyboard towards the front, and you lay it down, and then you're ready to replace the 4 Phillips screws. This tightens the keyboard down and holds it in place. There's no other clips, there's no sticky pads or anything except the tabs in the front. So then you grab the speaker component, plug the little wire back in, and you put that cover right back over the hinge caps, right back in place, and then you just press it down until it all snaps in nice and flat and completely. Then you're ready to close the lid. Turn it around and put the small Phillips screws back in the hinges. It's important to get the keyboard cover to lie flat, and if you have trouble with that, just tuck the little wire bundle underneath that you clipped in place into this little slot that's underneath the cover, and it'll lie flat for you. So here we've got it powered up, and here's a close-up look at the new keyboard. You can see the keys are working, and for comparison, here's a close-up of the old one, which had 2 keys missing. And we also notice that the original keyboard is just a little bit darker than the replacement. And there, of course, is the ribbon from the old keyboard. You can always save the keyboard as a replacement if you want. We pull up a little notepad to test out the new keyboard, and just like that, works like a charm.